And we are back. Welcome back, everyone, to the channel where we talk about everything U.S. news, U.S. headlines, and we also put it together in the charts for you. So what are you going to get to see in this one? Well, not only are you going to get to hear about the news and the headlines, but you're also going to get some chart patterns, get some indicators. We're going to look it up here on TradingView. I'll show you this right here. So you learn about some chart patterns, some indicators, earnings, profits, revenues, etc. So you will save your time because you won't need to go through all the time looking at the news, the headlines, and then looking at it on TradingView. So welcome. I'm from the US, from the Midwest, and as many of you might know, in the Midwest, there's not a whole lot going on there, except for, well, there's sports and there's farming, and I wasn't good at either one of those. So I did have an affinity for the numbers, though, and I did have a liking and a joy in finding patterns and numbers and things like that. That took me into engineering, and then engineering took me on to the market, where I just started looking and getting curious about the markets, how they work and how they tie into the headlines and how to find the patterns, that kind of stuff. So having said that, welcome. Again, if you're joining for the first time, we'll be going through some of the basics. If you've been around for a while, it'll help you too. Now, to get right into it, some of the things that we will talk about, let's go. The truth behind the violent rebound in tech stocks, a return to fundamentals, or is this a dead cat jump in liquidity? Well, okay. It's about 6:30 a.m. Eastern time here on April 15th, and reviewing last night's April 14th U.S. stock market major indices right here. S&P closed at 6,967.38, basically up 1.18%. Also, looking at the Nasdaq, it closed at 23,639.08, up 1.96%. Also, if you're looking at the Dow Jones, it closed at 48,535, up 0.66%. Okay, now looking only at the indices, this rally seems calm, but the underlying asset correlation is usually strong, especially after international oil prices break through the $100 mark. Tech stocks surprisingly led the gains against the trend. This contradicts traditional experience, reflecting a highly complex game being played in the market regarding the Federal Reserve's policy expectations. Now, let's break it down in depth again. And also, if you have questions about a certain stock ticker, if you have questions about a certain ticker, just put it in the comments. I'll look it up later. We have later on coming up, we've got Nvidia, Meta, Broadcom, Citigroup, Oracle, SanDisk, Amazon, Uber, ASML, just to name a few. We'll talk about oil, we'll talk about gold. That's all coming up. So if you're just jumping in, that's all coming up. Hold on tight, we'll get to it. And if you have one that you want us to look up later, just drop it in the comments, okay? But so let's talk about tech stocks. Define the trend. Did the Fed move? Did the Fed provide reassurance? The biggest surprise last night was the Nasdaq's significant lead in gains despite energy pressures. Yes. So here we go. The Nasdaq's right now. Yes. So if you're looking there at the Nasdaq, now some of the market is betting on the Fed maintaining a dovish bias. All right. So on Monday, Chicago Fed President A. Goolsbee stated that the current surge in oil prices is considered a short-term factor. As long as the shock is temporary, the Fed will not easily change its established monetary policy path. He emphasized that as long as consumer confidence and spending remain strong, economic growth is expected to continue. So, some of my thoughts on this, FUX914, greetings, thank you for the like. Thank you for the shares. If you're just jumping in, thank you very much. Again, we're going to get into a lot more with Oracle, SanDisk, Amazon, ASML, Nvidia, all that Meta, broadband coming up. We'll also do oil and gold coming up. So hang on tight. Some of my thoughts on this. The market interprets this as meaning that as long as war-induced surge in oil prices is not seen as lasting shock, the Fed is unlikely to tighten significantly ahead of schedule. This provides a valuable respite for undervalued tech stocks. Okay. However, it's important to note that if oil prices remain above $100 for several weeks, this expectation will instantly collapse. Now, let's talk about oil prices. All right. Right now, let's see. West Texas Intermediate is at 92.73. Yes, what a drop, right? And Brent crude is 96.35, also down. And right here, look at oil. U.S. oil is at 92.93. Okay, shifting from a panic spike to a stalemate phase, crude oil price action was extremely volatile on April 14th. West Texas Intermediate crude retreated sharply on Tuesday, closing at $90.94, a single day decline of 7.87%. Yes. Now, previously driven by tensions in the Strait of Hormuz, oil prices had briefly surged to the vicinity of $105. However, as expectations emerged that a window for peace talks had opened, speculative forces moved quickly to take profits. And Luis5571, greetings, hello. Yes, welcome to the show. If you have a question or comment, feel free to post it below. We're going through oil, we're going through tech. We'll be doing a lot of that to come. And let me continue to go around right here. Yeah. So yeah, Brent crude faced similar downward pressure, though it staged a slight rebound to $95.60 during Wednesday's U.S. trading session. The prevailing market consensus is that the $100 mark serves as a critical psychological threshold for oil prices on the downside. The $95 level acts as a short-term support. And on the upside, the $100 to $105 range forms a strong resistance zone. Viewed through this lens, market dynamics within the energy sector are shifting from a strategy of buying the geopolitical conflict premium to one of buying into high volatility assets, right? Sim Daily 7102. It's not so complicated. This channel is everything U.S. news, headlines, and we're going through the headlines and some of the market trends, and also we'll be breaking it down on TradingView later on as well. So not so complicated, but if you're into the markets, into the news and headlines, it could be interesting. Just stay tuned. If you have a question or comment, just put it there. Let's see. Yes, GK Trades. I will give you an update on Bitcoin later on. We'll be give you an update on Bitcoin, Nvidia, Meta, Citigroup, SanDisk, Oracle. We'll do the oil, we'll do the gold, all of that. It's coming, okay? So hang with me. It's all coming, okay? So having said all that, give me your thoughts, everyone. Do you think West Texas Intermediate will firmly establish itself above the $110 mark before the end of April? Give me a 1 for yes, or a 2 for no. Do you think West Texas Intermediate will go above $110 before the end of the month? 1 for yes and 2 for no. All right. Now let's get into gold. Yes, a lot of you have asked about gold and what's going on with gold. What should you do with gold? Let's see. Sam Daily, 7102. Okay, Sam Daily, you think it's good? Wow, everyone thinks it's going above 110 before the end of the month. Really? Wow, man, we hope not. Do you know what that would mean if it goes over 110 for the price of gas? Let's see, Tommy Gunn, you gave me a 2. Okay, Tommy Gunn, I'm glad you don't think so. Thanks for the answer, Tommy Gunn. And yeah, let me know. Above 110 before April or below. Yeah. God, some people think it's going to go above. That would be crazy news for gas prices. Yeah. All right. Thanks for the comments, guys. I appreciate it. All right, now let's talk about gold. All right. Returning to the equilibrium after a liquidity-induced sell-off. Dun, dun, dun. If you're into gold, into silver, if you're a gold bug, let me know. On Tuesday, gold experienced a dramatic liquidity shakeout. Prices briefly plunged from $4,739 to the vicinity of $4,644. Yeah. Let's see, British Intel. I love that name. I'm streaming on both TikTok and on YouTube, so I'm also talking on YouTube as well. British Intel. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, for all of you watching me on TikTok, I'm also on YouTube. Yeah, and yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Thank you for the likes, Lucas. I appreciate that. All the likes and the shares are helping. Yeah, so it briefly dropped to 4,644, a drop of approximately $95. However, gold prices subsequently staged a rapid recovery, climbing back to around $4,780 by last night. Yes, there we go. And let's see, where is gold right now? If you're curious about gold right now, it is at 4,796 at the moment. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, right there. 796, yes. Good. All right. So some in-depth analysis on this. This price action was primarily driven by a concentrated short-term surge in market selling triggered by extreme panic and or intense pressure to meet the margin calls, okay? Mohammed, hello, what's up? Thanks for the message. What's going on? Let me know if you have a question or comment about a ticker symbol, and I can get to it later. We will be going into the tech side and the oil and some of the gold miners later on. Or if you have a question, just drop it in the comments too. That's fine. Thanks, Mohammed. Yeah. So was it driven by a short-term surge in market selling triggered by extreme panic and or intense pressure to meet these margin calls? Well, as market conditions stabilized, gold's status as a safe haven asset was reaffirmed. Hello. Gold was reaffirmed as a safe haven status. Yes. So let me know if you think gold is a safe haven status. Or let me know if you think that gold is still a safe haven. Let me know. From a technical perspective, the $4,750 level has now established itself as solid support. With market stability returning, gold has successfully resumed its traditional role as a safe haven. So, from a technical perspective, gold prices have currently established solid support around the $4,750 level. If the US dollar index continues, I'm seller right now in gold. Hey, Mohammed, very good, very good. Yeah, actually, Mohammed, here, let me know what you're doing right now with gold, okay? Send me a message, and I'd like to talk to you more about that after the stream, okay? Let me know about your position and kind of what your goals are, and I'll talk to you more about that after the stream. Thanks, Mohammed. Okay. Got it. Okay. If the US dollar index continues to fluctuate at elevated levels in the near term, gold may face short-term consolidation pressure. However, from a long-term standpoint, the market has reaffirmed gold status as a safe haven asset. Yes. Dun, dun, dun. Let me know what you think. Do you believe gold will reclaim the $4,800 level this week? $4,800 level this week. What do you think? Will it reclaim it? Give me a 1 for yes. Give me a 2. Give me a 2 for no. I believe hoarding physical gold to be somewhat risky. 4%. How easy it is to move loads of physical gold. Yeah, GK Trades. That is a fair point. How is marketing people? Let's see. Elm 4399. I'm not sure I understand the question. Can you rephrase the question? And GK Trades. I get your point, but what would be your first choice then? What would be your first choice? All right. Now let's talk about Here is Nvidia. Let's go with Nvidia. The final stretch of a 9-day winning streak. Let's go and talk about Nvidia right here. Thank you all for the likes and the comments. I appreciate that. Nvidia delivered a standout performance last night, closing at $196.51 on April 14th. The stock surged 3.8%, successfully breaking through the key resistance level of $190. So some of the fundamentals, data from ORN. Well, ORN, what is ORN? ORN provides data infrastructure, including the ORN Compute Price Index, OCPI, which acts as a benchmark tracking for spot prices for GPU compute. That's basically what the ORN means. Now, that indicates that the cloud rental rates for the Blackwell series GPUs have risen to $4.08 per hour. Yes. This is a 48% increase compared to 2 months ago. And demand for computing power remains insatiable. I think Bitcoin can be the answer, but it definitely has. Oh yeah, GK. Yes, I understand your sentiment, and it has its risks too. I think it's fair to say that nothing is ever risk-free. I get your point, but you would choose Bitcoin over gold, is what you're saying, yeah? Because for you, maybe there's less risk for Bitcoin than there is for gold. Okay, that's fair. You can have that. Some people might say that there's less risk for gold. Other people say there's less risk for Bitcoin. But yeah, they both indeed have the risk for sure. Thanks for sharing that. So, valuation and risk. The forward PE ratio stands at approximately 20x, which remains an attractive valuation. However, a key risk factor is that Nvidia executives have collectively cashed out. They've cashed out over $3.3 billion in stock over the past 18 months. Yes. Let me repeat that one more time. A key risk factor is that Nvidia executives have collectively cashed out over $3.3 billion in stock over the past 18 months. Yeah. While most of these sell-offs are executed under pre-established trading plans, they nonetheless serve as a signal that the stock price is now trading quite close to its previous all-time highs. Now again, if you're just jumping on, Mohammed, thank you for the likes. If you're just jumping on, we're talking about Nvidia for the moment. We'll be getting into more tech sector later on. We've got Meta, we've got broadband, we've got Uber, Amazon, SanDisk, Oil Co, and we've got all the oil tickers and all the gold mining tickers coming up, a lot of those coming up, and also your requests as well. So if you have a request, just put it in the comments and let's keep going. Let's see. Hey, greetings, Zach. Intraday focus. If the stock breaks above $195 on heavily volume at the open and holds that level, again, we're talking about Nvidia at the moment, the $200 milestone could potentially be reached this week. Conversely, if investors remain on the sidelines and the stock retreats below $190, it would suggest that short-term momentum is waning, prompting the markets to shift its focus to the earnings guidance expected in next week's May financial report. So, all of you, give me your thoughts. Do you think Nvidia will break through the $200 mark this week? Type 1 if you think it will break through. Type 2 if you think it won't break through. Again, what do you think? Is it going to break through the $200 mark this week? Give me a 1 for yes, give me a 2 for no. What penny are you guys keeping an eye on right now? Joker 3R. At the moment, we are not talking about penny stocks, but if you would like to talk about that with me after the stream, just feel free to send me a message, okay? But that's not actually what we're doing right now during the stream. But thank you for the question. Yeah. All right. Now, let's talk about JP. All right. Getting into the banking sector. Okay, for those of you that asked about that, here we go. Let's see. Alpha S2U 2, I think. Okay, got it. Thank you, Alpha S2U, for the comment. If you think it won't break through, huh? Okay. And Joker 3R. Hey, no problem. Thank you also. Okay, let's go into the banking sector here. Okay. Basically, we have a cautious outlook amidst impressive figures. JP Morgan delivered a stunning earnings report on Tuesday. Greetings. Hello, hello. Do you have a question or a comment, or just enjoying the show? Let me know. And so EPS, earnings per share, came in at $5.94, an all-time high, far exceeding the analyst consensus of $5.45. Good. Glad you're enjoying the show. Keep enjoying. This strong performance was driven by robust growth in both trading revenue and investment banking operations. If you're just jumping in, we're talking a little bit about the banking sector right now. We will be getting into Nvidia, Meta, Broadcom, Citigroup, SanDisk, Oracle, and many more with oil and mining and gold and silver later to come. To get some cash to start. Josh, greetings. Got it. And yes, actually, tell you what, before you start jumping in, I can send me a message and I can send you some learning materials, okay, STEMO? That's what you need to do first before you start spending money. Keep learning, keep growing. Send me a message, STEMO, and I'll give you some resources to help you learn and grow, okay? Yeah. And greetings, Josh. Welcome back. Thank you for the likes. Dun. All right, here we go. Although Diamond warned that a potential war with Iran could drive up inflation, CFO Barnum stated that consumers and small businesses remain healthy. Yes. That's what he said. They still remain healthy. I send a message. Semo, just send me a message and I will return the message with some resources for learning materials, okay? And send me a message about what you're kind of looking at. Are you looking at the tech sector, the healthcare sector? What piques your interest, okay? And I can tailor the resources for that. These lenses, yes, they're amber. These are my blue light blocking lenses, indeed. They're not sunglasses. They're not show glasses. They are actually to block the blue light from all the screens. Yes. STEMO. Hopefully that's helpful. If you want, yeah. There's that. Okay. Now this suggests that while the banking sector's first quarter earnings are already largely locked in, future loan demand and asset quality remain uncertain against the backdrop of $100 oil prices. Okay. STEMO. Send me a message and I'll get you more insights, information on that, and some more learning resources. Okay. Fair enough. And there we go. So during today's session, the earnings results and forward guidance from financial stocks such as Wells Fargo and BlackRock will be crucial for the market to determine whether the financial sector can sustain its recent strength. Do you think it'll sustain its recent strength? Okay. STEMO. Yeah, that's my WhatsApp. WhatsApp. And Boomai 36. Greetings. Hello to you too. STEMO. That's my WhatsApp. Just message me there and I'll get you some more learning materials. Okay, we can't see the last one. Okay, there you go. Okay, so DC DC trades. There you go. Sorry about that. Dun 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 dun. There you go. Yeah, DC trades. Can you see it now? Yeah, that's my WhatsApp. Send me a message there. All right. So my question to you is, again, we're talking about the banking sector. How long do you think the banking sector's earnings miracle can last? Give me a 1 if you believe earnings marks the peak right now. Do you think it's the peak, or if you believe there's still room for upside? Again, looking at the banking sector, is this the peak 1, or if there's still room for upside 2? Peak 1, upside 2. Let me know. There you go. Josh. Got it. Josh says, we still got room to run. Thanks, Josh. Thank you very much. Yeah. Very good. And Muhammad, thank you very much for the likes. And Muhammad says, we've got the peak. Okay. So some say we're at the peak. Some say we're, okay. Let's see. Yeah, Sandy. Is this a bull or bear? Yeah. Sandy, right now, do you think we're at the peak for the banking sector, or do you think it's still got more room to run? Josh, we are going to bounce up again. Got it. Got it. Thank you for the comments. Dun, dun, dun. Interesting. Cool. All right. Let's keep going. Sandy, is it a bull or is it a bear? Let me know. Okay. So some of the overview, general market overviews, 3 key indicators to watch at the open. Okay. If you're wondering what to look for at the open, here's some of them. All things considered, pay close attention to some of these following indicators during the market open. First, the VIX Volatility Index. It is currently retreated to 18.36, 18.45, nearing its quarterly low. If it continues to trend downward, there you go. If it continues to trend downward, the tech sector's rebound is likely to gain further momentum. Conversely, an upward move would signal a resurgence of risk aversion in the market. Second, the 10-year U.S. Treasury yield. It currently sits at around 4.25%, a retreat from its recent highs, yet still well below the critical warning threshold of 4.6%. Now, should yields surge significantly, Stemo, okay, great. I'll check it right after the stream. Thank you very much, Stemo. I'll look for it. You sent it by WhatsApp, right? Gunnyberry, what do you think of the two interactive? Gunnyberry, thank you for the likes. I appreciate that. The two interactive. Take of 2. I don't understand the question. Okay, Stemo, thank you very much. I'll check it right afterwards. Gunnyberry, 2 interactive. Thank you for the likes. GK Trades, subscribe. I'll be back hopefully for the crypto. Okay, great. GK Trades, yes, I'll look up BTC just later on. Again, send me a message and just remind me when you're back and I'll do it straight for you, okay? Good. Thanks for the subscribe. Should yields surge significantly upward once again, it would inevitably suppress growth stock valuations and thereby dampen the tech sector's rally. Okay. Now, third, again, talking about Nvidia now. Let's see. Oh, got it. Okay. Gunny Bunny. I'll put that on my list. Okay. Let's see. Got it. Gunny Bunny. Give me just a few minutes to finish my headlines here, and then I'll get to yours. Okay. There we go. And yes, Mohammed. Send me a message and I'll get back to you after the stream with that and we can talk more about that, okay? All right, thanks, Mohammed. And yeah. Thank you for the likes, Josh. Okay. If Nvidia can firmly hold the 196, let me pull up Nvidia right here. Nvidia right here. Now, if Nvidia can hold the 196 level, it's of paramount importance. Okay, let's see. Jazz coin, Decem, red or green Wednesday. Okay. This serves as one of the market's key barometers. Again, Nvidia's hold at 196 serves as one of the market's key barometers for confidence in the tech bull run. A sharp pullback in Nvidia would signal growing investor anxiety regarding the momentum of tech sector leaders, potentially prompting the broader market to shift into a wait and see mode. Now, again, let's see, loving life, like, let's see, okay. Thank you for the likes, guys. Thank you, appreciate that. Thank you very much, and greetings and welcome. All right. I've seen some comments with questions like tech stocks are rebounding. What should I do? Or gold is valuing. Should I take profits now? Again, some of these questions are very, very personally specific. A lot of them are, regarding your own current holdings and cost basis. And again, if you reach out and send the information directly to my assistant, I'll get back to you after the stream and provide you with personalized advice based on the latest institutional positioning heat maps in the current market environment. Timing and rhythm are more critical than simply predicting direction. Again, so with your questions regarding your personal situations and with what you're doing, just again, reach out to my assistant and I'll get back to you after the stream. Now, some of the things that you can do right now. First, again, get my assistant's details there. Reach out and enter today's passcode, which is APR15PRE, and you'll receive a copy of April 15th US stock sector capital flow chart, allowing you to clearly discern whether major players are exiting the market or simply rebalancing their portfolios. Also, turn on the notifications, hit that little ding bell icon, and I'll be going live at 10 a.m. sharp to reveal real-time intraday analysis, offering immediate insights into genuine market signals emerging right after the opening bell. And if they're not enabled, you will miss out. Also, stay vigilant and remember, in this era of crazy volatile oil prices, every market rally requires sustained logical support. All right. So having said that, let's get to some of your requests. Hope you enjoyed the update right there. And let's keep going here. Okay. Some of you, there was 2 interactive. That was one of them I got. Let me look at that. For the person that asked about 2 interactive, if you are still in the stream, give me a hello. Let me know. 2 interactive right here. 2 interactive. This is for you, Gunny Bunny. Yes, I think that was you, Gunny Bunny, that asked about this. And right here. And again, 2 interactive is an investment holding company which engages in broker or dealer and proprietary trading businesses. It offers custody and service accounts for hedge and mutual funds, exchange traded funds, registered investment advisors, etc. Gunny Bunny, this is for you. For everyone else, if you have a question about a ticker, just drop it in the comments. And right now, for those of you just jumping on that are new, this is for you. For those of you who are more advanced, hope this doesn't bore you. I'll just take a minute to introduce a couple things. The relative strength index, here's your 70 line, and then here's your 30 line. Again, right there, 70, 30. What do those lines really mean? Well, not that much, but they're generally a guide for appearing, to be in the overbought area and maybe possibly in the oversold area. Again, those are just guides. Don't take them for face value. And then right in here, this is the neutral area. Okay, that's where a lot of the consolidation continuation occurs. All right. Now, having said that, right now, Interactive Brokers is rebounding. As you can see, look at this nice chart, 63.57, and now it's at 77. So Gunny Bunny, thank you for suggesting this. And then look at the RSI. It was right here at 38, and then now it is sitting here at 66, getting close to the overbought area. And also, let me introduce you to the MACD, moving average convergence divergence. Very quickly, just to be brief, the blue MACD line, when it crosses the red signal line right there, you'll see right here the price chart. When it crosses it going up, the price chart goes up, and then also when it crosses the red signal line going down, like right there, you will see the price chart go down. That is a very, very oversimplified explanation, but it is what it is. If you want more insights on really how the MACD works more intrinsically, just feel free to reach out and ask, okay? But that's that, a couple indicators right there. Now you also, just to give you an update about Interactive Brokers, again, right now it's at 77.1. Pre-market, Gunny Bunny, it's at 76.76. And you do see a bit of, right here, if you're looking at the trading volume, right here, it is higher than normal. Volume is at 5.62 million. And let's see, it is still, it's rebounding, but pre-market, it's on a slight correction. Market cap is at 130.77 billion. Gunny Bunny, if you would like more insights or analysis on that, just message me and I'll get back to you after the stream. Mohammed, thank you very much. I appreciate that message. Again, Mohammed, get back to me. Send me a message and let me know what you're looking at, and I'll do my best to give you some information with your goals and ambitions with what you're doing, okay? Thanks, Mohammed. And here we go. Another one that we've had many questions about. We talked about Nvidia already. We are going to get to, here's another one right here, Oracle. We've had questions about Oracle recently. Oracle just jumped up for a second day. They got a new deal with Bloom Energy, so they soared 22% for their AI data center power deal. Yeah, we're gonna look at Oracle and Bloom. Hopefully that's interesting to you. Let's see, Mohammed, there you go. And okay, for those of you interested in the energy side or the tech side, let me know. The Rooster, thank you very much for the likes. If you have certain ticker symbols you want me to look up, just drop them in the comments. Rooster, greetings, welcome, welcome. Done. Okay, Oracle jumps up for the second day. Bloom Energy 22% on AI data power deal. Right here, just to summarize really quick. Yeah, Oracle jumped up more than 4% on Tuesdays as shares rebounded for the second session, and company broadened its capacity deal with Bloom Energy. Bloom soared 22%. The rally built on Monday's broad bounce in software stocks, which boosted Oracle nearly 13%. And let's see right here. Yeah, Oracle expanded its capacity partnership with Bloom Energy on Monday, days after receiving a warrant to purchase 400 million of the fuel cell power company's stock. Okay, there's that. I'm new to this, but I'm loving your analysis. What's it based on? Okay, good. Rooster, thank you for the question. Very good question. That's not a 1 second answer, okay? Again, send me a message and I'll get back to you and we can talk more in depth after the stream, okay? That's my WhatsApp. Just let me know right there, okay? And I'll give you more information. That's a good question, Rooster. Let's keep going here. As part of the deal, Oracle expects to procure up to 2.8 gigawatts of Bloom's systems as it races to feed skyrocketing data center energy demand. Yes, lots of energy demand from, got it. Okay, good. Thanks, Ruth. Talk to you after the stream. There we go. And here we go. As part of the deal, Oracle expects to procure up to 2.8 gigawatts of Bloom systems. The software giant has already raised over 100 billion in debt to support data scaling. Okay, here we go. That's Oracle and Bloom. Let's take a look right here at Oracle. And let's see, BMNR. Here we go. Oh yeah. Okay, give me 1 second here. Where's Sue? Let's see, Bitmine Immersion Technologies. I'll get to that one next, okay? Thanks for the question. You see I'll do it right after Oracle. How are we doing today? Curious Rock. It's another day in paradise. Welcome, welcome, Curious Rock. We just got through some of the headlines. One of the headlines we're talking about right now is Oracle and Bloom Energy. And if you have a question, just drop it in the comments there. Yes, there we go. And if I missed a comment, just feel free to write it again. Okay, Oracle right now. Yeah, there's your jump right there. So you can see this is the jump they're talking about. And it went from, Oracle went from 137, let's see, all the way up here to 167. And now it's corrected down to 163. But look right here at the RSI. RSI also went from 38 up to 61 right there. And look at the trade volume right there as well. Interesting, right? And let me see right over here. See if I can give you something to. For example, if you're looking for a couple quick chart patterns that jump out, for example, here's your double bottom. See how they come down to about the same point right there. There's your double bottom neckline, and that bounces up right there. Okay. All right. Now, if we go, let's see, come back over here. Also, right here, again, just showing you this rebound on Oracle after, and then let's go here to Bloom Energy. Bloom Energy. Hold on. Bloom Energy right here. We'll go to Bloom Energy in just a second. And okay, here we go. The person, Waris Varusa, you asked about Bitmine Emerging Technologies. Here we go. Bitmine Emerging Technologies is a technology company focused on acquiring, holding, and actively managing as its primary treasury reserve asset, ETH. Ethereum, it prioritizes digital. Okay, looking right here. Here we go. Volume right now is at 71.69 million. Market cap is at 9.77 billion. Again, just giving you a quick overview of this at the moment. And let me pull this out right here. Here we go. And at the moment, it's market correcting. It did go from 22 right there, 22.34 down to 21.41. And let's see, yeah, pre-market it's at 21.52, but on the daily it's correcting. Look at this trade volume right here. Yes. Also, one thing to note right here, the RSI, it has been remaining pretty neutral. It's been going, yeah, it goes up, but it goes down the same amount. Look at this price chart right here. See this? It's basically, this is pretty much consolidation. It goes up, but there's the resistance, and it goes down, there's the support. So Warisu, again, I know this is very, very brief, but if you want more information, just feel free to reach out. Let's go back over here to Bloom Energy. They're working with Oracle at the moment. Here we go. And for example, Bloom Energy, if you are curious, engages in the manufacture and installation of a solid oxide fuel cell based power generation platform. Its products, Bloom Energy server, converts standard low pressure natural gas or biogas into electricity through an electrochemical process without combustion. Yeah. Okay, so Bloom, as you can see again right here, looking at the article, Bloom Energy soars 22% on this deal. So right here, let's see, look at the US and Iran have just agreed on principle to extend the ceasefire. Good question, Lucas. Yes, that's not a 1 second answer. Send me a message and I will answer that just after the stream gets over, okay? But yeah, good question. Here we go, right here. Actually, I just, in the headlines, I just answered some questions about, ceasefire and oil as well. I just went through that about 20 minutes ago. But again, I'll get back to you after the stream. Right here, Bloom Energy, you can see here's the bounce up. Right now, let's see, it's at 219, and pre-market, it's still jumping up. So pre-market, yeah, it's at 216. Wow, it's still rebounding. That's cool. So it went, look at this chart. It went from right here, about 119, and now it's at 219. Oh, I'm sorry, pre-market, it's actually correcting. I missed that. Yeah, pre-market it's correcting down to 216, but still, look at that, and look at the trading volume right there, right here. And look at the RSI just going straight up. RSI went from 37 and now it's at 73 in the overbought area right there. Same thing with the MACD, you can see that difference. Bloom Energy won on Oracle deal for 1.2 gigawatts of its solid oxide fuel cells. Dun, dun, dun. And volume right now is at 25 million. Market cap's at 61 billion. If you want more information on that, just reach out. Let's keep going here, okay? Another one I wanted to look at, that's Oracle. Also, this one, if you're looking at on the tech side, we got SanDisk. SanDisk shares are up 2,740% in a year, and Evercore sees still a favorable risk reward, okay? Gunny Bunny, thank you for the likes. I hope you enjoyed the information. And here we go. Michelle, thank you also for the likes. Yeah, the SanDisk, there's still Evercore thinks that there's still an upside left for SanDisk. And right here, the flash memory maker with an outperforming rating and a $1,200 price target, calling the stock a structural AI beneficiary. The price objective implies 26% upside from the current levels around $952, while pegging a bull case at $2,600. Okay, again, this is SanDisk, and Evercore's 12-month target reflects 12 times the firm's fiscal year 2027 earnings per share estimate of $99.49. Yeah, and SanDisk shares rose more than 2% in pre-market trading on Tuesday. Again, we'll look at them right here. All right. SanDisk, dun, dun, dun. Here we go. Yeah, if you're looking at SanDisk, this is for you. Thank you very much, Michelle. Right here, they went from 565 right here up to bang 944. Pre-market, they're down to 924. So right now they're pre-market, they are correcting down to 924. And if you see right here on the RSI, it also reflects that. Look right there. It went from 42 all the way to 72 right there on the RSI. And look at the trade volume right here. Trade volume sits at 19.8 million. Here we go. And market cap is at 139 billion. Yeah, interesting. So if you are a SanDisk fan, that one is for you. Also, SanDisk Evercore. Let me look at that one right here. Evercore. We were talking about Evercore. Yeah, Evercore Incorporated. Who is Evercore? What is Evercore? Yeah, that one right here is Evercore operates as an investment banking advisory company. It operates through the investment banking and investment management business segments. The investment banking segments includes global advisory businesses of the company through which the firm delivers strategic corporate. There we go. Any thoughts on, let's see. Yes. Orthodox. Gate, I see your message. Give me a specific ticker symbol, please. Yeah. Give me a specific ticker symbol. And if you want my thoughts on prop firms, that's not a 1 second answer. Send me a message and I'll get back to you about that after the stream, okay? But if you have a ticker symbol, that's something I can do right now. But my personal insights on that, I'll get back to you after the stream, okay? There's that. Just wanted to let you know I saw your comment. Thanks, Orthodox. Yes, we just took a look at Nvidia. We'll take a look at Nvidia again later on, SB19. And again, I can break it down here as well. And if you want more in-depth analysis, also SB19, you can send me a message. We already did some analysis with that earlier on the stream. Send me a message and I will share that with you, okay? Just letting you know I saw your message. And for example, here's Evercore. I'll get to Nvidia again in just a moment. And more analysis, just message me there. And here we go. Okay, Evercore, as you can see, we were just talking about Evercore with SanDisk. Evercore thinks that they still have a lot of room to run. And right here, you can see Evercore rebounding all the way up here to 357. And you can look at the RSI. It's going straight up as well. Right now it's at 77. It's way overbought. Thank you for the comments. And looking up here, if you look at the trade volume at the moment, volume is at 643,000. Market cap is at 14.1 billion. Yeah, and also look at the MACD right there as well. Yeah, Evercore. And okay, let me take a look. SB 119. I'll run through Nvidia really quickly for you right now, just to brush up on it. Nvidia. Here we go. Right here. All right, this is for you, SB 19. Okay, Nvidia at the moment. Right here, as you can see. All right, they are at 196.51 pre-market, 196.24, and again, they are on. Look at this, yeah. And right now, again, looking at the RSI, they are still bouncing up. Right here, RSI is at 68, almost oversold, pretty close to 70 right there. And then let's go right. MACD also. Look at that. And again, what do you think for the SB19? I think that was you. Do you think Nvidia is going to continue to go up? Do you think it will break $200? Let me know. For those of you watching, do you think Nvidia is going to break $200 this week? What do you think? Also, the next one we talked about SanDisk, we talked about Evercore, and let's talk. Oh, also another one that we have to talk about is Amazon. Why Amazon? Because Amazon just bought Globalstar to bolster satellite business and deal worth about 11.6 billion. Yeah, one second. Is there anyone here in the chat that's looking at Amazon or Globalstar? What is Globalstar? Yeah, that's the satellite company. Let me look at that for you right here. Globalstar. Because Globalstar is actually in competition with Starlink. Globalstar engages in the provision of mobile satellite services. It offers voice and data communication services to the following markets: recreational, personal, government, etc. But basically, yeah, mobile satellite services. And why does Amazon want this? Because Amazon is going to use this with its Amazon Leo, Amazon Low Earth Orbiting Satellite System. Waris Warusa, thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you very much. If you have other questions, other tickers, symbols, just put them in the comments. And yeah, so again, this is Globalstar, low Earth orbits for Amazon. Looking right here. Yeah, Amazon said it would acquire Globalstar for $90 a share, a deal roughly valued at 11.57 billion. Yeah, it's building out its satellite internet business called LEO, Low Earth Orbit, as it vies to compete with Elon Musk's SpaceX. Let me know, do you think it's going to compete pretty well with SpaceX or not? Give me your thoughts. Can you just say, is it SpaceX or is it Amazon's Leo? Okay, and Amazon said it agreed to deal with Apple to provide satellite connectivity for current and future iPhones and Apple Watches. Right here, yeah, the transaction will give Amazon's Leo satellite internet business a boost. And what else? The transaction is expected to close in 2027, and yeah, Apple took a 20% stake in Globalstar in 2024 already, as part of a $1.5 billion investment. Yeah, there we go. Okay, looking at Globalstar, yes, and again, just to show you this, right now they're at 79.91 pre-market. They're at 79.55. And right here, look at the MACD, and right here the RSI. Boom! It's going. It was pretty much consolidating, as you can see right there, staying in the neutral area. Right in here, you can see that. You see the consolidation where basically there's a resistance level and a support level right there, and it didn't break out of that. And then it comes, and there's the catalyst, and then bang! Now the RSI is up to 67. Look at this right here. Look at this price volume, just jumped right up. And here, volume's at 12.5 million. Market cap is at 10.2 billion right there. Yeah, and that's Globalstar. Let's look right here. Just a quick update on Amazon, since it's also the one involved in the deal. Here we go. Yeah, right here. Yeah, Amazon jumped up as well on this. If you see right here, RSI on Amazon is sitting there at 76, okay? And it was recently down at 37, and then it just rebounded on this deal. Also, the MACD going straight. Look at Amazon right now, oh man, it went from 199, just bang, up to 249. Pre-market, it's at 248, but yeah, look at that. That's, if you're holding Globalstar or Amazon, let me know in the comments. That's a good one right now. And for example, just a couple quick, let me see if I can pull out some chart patterns for you right here. Here's an example of a double top. There's your double top. It's the same top, and then the buyers lose momentum and the sellers take over, and it goes down right there. And give me a couple of other ones really quick. Here's an example. Again, I don't make the names. I just find the chart patterns. Here's your head, left shoulder, right shoulder, an example of a head and shoulders. No, it's not a shampoo commercial. I've been asked that before, but no, that's just the name of the chart. That's how it works. And let me give you one more real fast before I leave this one. If I can find one real quick. Yeah, let's go on. Okay, I'll find more later. But if you want more information on chart patterns, just ask. But yeah, mainly here showing you Amazon. Where is it? Right here, Amazon, Globalstar right here. Yeah, that's Amazon. Also, if you're an Uber fan, if you're looking at Uber, here's one. Uber commits 10 billion to robo-taxis in a strategy shift. So again, wherever you are there many robo-taxis? Let me know in the comments, okay? Uber has committed more than 10 billion to buying thousands of autonomous vehicles and taking stakes in their developers, breaking from its asset-light gig economy business model to avoid disruption from robotaxis. Yeah, so the ride-hailing app has aggressively increased its deal-making over the past year, announcing partnerships with more than a dozen providers, including China's Baidu and US-based Rivian, as well as plans to launch robotaxi services in at least 15 cities in 2026. So whichever city you're in, are there many taxis wherever you are? It's my question to you. These deals put Uber on track to invest more than 2.5 billion in equity and stakes, spent over 7.5 billion on robotaxis. And let's see, yeah, okay, the electric vehicle maker Lucid said Uber had expanded a previous deal to invest a total of 500 million in California-based company. There's that, and yeah, it's doing the last one. Let's go right here. Uber, Okay, here we go. Okay. Uber right now at the moment, very quickly, just to summarize, is 72.91, but pre-market it's already rebounding a little bit to 73.4. And if you look right here at the RSI, it's not doing much. It's actually staying pretty much in the consolidation area, which you see right here. A little bit of a resistance level, a little bit of support level right there. And you see that, look at the MACD, it's staying pretty much parallel right there, okay? Yeah, volume right now is at 16.75 million. Market cap is at 148.5 billion. And yeah, let's see, Greetings, Mervat, hello, welcome. Let's go back, let's see, this, we talked about oil, we talked about tech, but we haven't talked about the oil stocks right now, so let's do that. Mervat, greetings, hello. Here we are. Let's talk about oil. Let's talk about Exxon because that's one of the big ones. Right now, if you're curious about oil, oil right now, West Texas Intermediate crude, 92.61. Brent crude is at 96.17. Yes. Greetings, Mervat. Let me know if you have a ticker symbol. Just drop it in the comments. And let's go. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, and also give you a quick update on gold. Some of you asked about gold as well. Let's see, 4,806 at the moment. And Exxon, I know, let's see, oil is right now at 92.61. Exxon at the moment is at 149, and they are correcting still. They've been correcting for several days. Let's see, learn FNE. Okay, perfect. Microsoft, we'll get that one next. Let me make a note of that right here. MSFT, dun, dun, dun. Okay, we'll get to that one next. Thank you very much for the question. Here we are. Here is Exxon. Da, da, da. Lena, greetings, and welcome. Let me know if you have a question, Lena. And here, Exxon. Right now, you can see the RSI just dropping like a rock as well. RSI, again, we talked about that before, how to use the indicator. It's at 37, and wow, look at all this trade volume though on Exxon right now. Let me refresh this. Hold on one second. Reload this. And Exxon right here. Yeah, volume right now. Oh yeah, here we go. Pull this over right here. Okay, volume right now for Exxon right here is at 18.53 million. There we go. Oh, what pair are you watching right now? Lena, for right now, I'm just going through some of the headlines. We actually talked about oil, we talked about tech, we talked about the banking sector as well. And now I'm doing some of the tickers with oil and tech and banking. So going through some of the headlines and some of the ticker symbols with those sectors. So having said that, if you have a ticker symbol in one of those sectors that you want me to look up, feel free to ask, or yeah, there you go. And right here, market cap for Exxon is at 621.8 billion. Yeah, ELM 4399. That is not a simple question to just answer. It depends on you, it depends on your risk, it depends on what your goals are, etc. But it's a good question, it's a fair question. Again, with that, just send me a message and I'll get back to you after the live stream. Tell me what your goals are. Tell me kind of what you're looking at and some of your situation. What is your situation right now? Send me that in a message, and then we can talk more. Again, it depends on your situation. But yeah, and let's also look at see the here we go. Chevron right here. Looking at Chevron. This is another one, for example. Chevron's also still correcting. It's at 187, and right now, yeah, the relative strength index is also dropping like a rock. You can see it. It went from 81 all the way down now to 39, and at the moment, volume is at 12.1 million. Market cap is at 373 billion as well. Yeah, there's that. And then also, we talked about a little bit about what's another one I can do. ConocoPhillips as well. Here's ConocoPhillips. Again, it's also correcting, basically the same. All three of the big oil companies doing the same thing. It's at 118. ConocoPhillips volume is at 9.85 million. And also, let's go back over here to the banking. We talked a little bit about tech. We talked a little bit about let's do banking now. JP Morgan. I will get to some of the gold and silver miners just after this in just a minute. Here's this one, JP Morgan right here, because we talked about JP Morgan earlier. Again, they are rebounding as well. Here we go. They went they went from basically 283 up to 311. Pre-market, they're at 310 right now. And again, also take a look at their RSI. Right now it's at 66. Okay, and let's see. Volume at the moment is at 11.46 million. If you want more information on any of these that I'm going through fast, just let me know. Also, somebody just asked me about Microsoft, right? Here's your Microsoft. Dun, dun, dun. Let me pull this up. And I believe Microsoft was also recently, didn't I hear about them recently in the news? I thought so. MSFT. Okay, Microsoft right now is actually rebounding. Here's learn from me. You asked about this one. At the moment, it is at 393 pre-market. It's still rebounding. It's at 396. Tom, top four stock please. Oh, Tom, very good question. I like that. Yes. Yes, Lena, we have also gone through that as well. Tom, that's not a one second answer. Let me do this, Tom. Send me a message and I will give you that information right after the stream, okay? But good question. Yeah, Lena, you can do the same if you want. I'll give you an update about that after the stream too, okay? Okay, now let's see. Do you ever look at, for example, okay, for example, let's see. Are you trade? Oh yeah, GK Trades. You're the one that asked about Bitcoin, right? Okay, here's what I can do for you. One quick moment here. Let's do this one. Since you're back, GK Trades. Where is it? I have it right here. Okay, since you asked me about Bitcoin, I'll give you a quick update about that. Here we go. You asked me, and right now Bitcoin is at 74,059. GK Trades. I think that was you that asked, and you can tell it's actually right now rebounding just a little bit. And yesterday though, it actually had a small correction, but it's went from basically what was that 66,863 up to 74,270, and now it's at 74,063. Yeah, so there's your Bitcoin for you. Yeah, you're welcome, GK Trades. And again, regarding your question, again, that's not a quick answer. Send me a message and I'll get you more information about that. I'll get back to you, okay? There you go. Thank you, Michelle, for the like. Tom, send me a message and I'll talk to you after the stream. All right. And Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft right now is also rebounding for the person. Here's your RSI. RSI went from right there at 22 to all the way up at 57. And yeah, it's right now, pre-market, it's at 396. And Microsoft rose 10% from March lows. And Bernstein says current levels may be an entry. Analyst forecasting. So that's just a little bit of news right there. If you go to TradingView, the bottom right, if you're wondering what software I'm on, I'm using TradingView. Yeah. So I get that question a lot. And volume right now for Microsoft is at 37 million. Market cap is at 2.92 trillion. And also, another one that I've been asked a lot about lately was Palantir. Yeah, Palantir right here, PLTR. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, here we go. For those of you who would ask me about Palantir, here it is. I usually get asked about that every day. As you can see, recently it was dropping. It went all the way from, what was that, 154 down to crash, 127. And then it's been doing some rebounding since then. It's now at 135, 136 pre-market. Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. World Tanker Shuffle Shell Game. Yeah. Yes. Raul Duke 7392. There we go. Okay, again, Palantir, it just dropped like a rock. You can see that also in the RSI now, but it's currently at a rebounding moment. Volume is at 52.79 million. Look at the volume right there. And market cap is at 324 billion at the moment. Yes, there we go. There's a little bit about Palantir. Those are ones I get asked about a lot. Also, let's see, we did oil. I want to touch briefly on, we did a little bit with oil tech. I'll get back to more tech in just a moment, but I want to touch briefly on, since we talked about gold. Right now, gold is at 4,804, and I want to give you a couple quick ones on the gold mining tickers. So here we are. Let's do Freeport McMoran, just to show you their charts and where they're at the moment. Right here, Freeport McMoran, and here we are. It went from RSI went from almost oversold at 31, and now the RSI is rebounded back up to 66. And look at this, it is still rebounding, actually. Yeah, even, actually, it went from, what the heck was this, 51 all the way up to 68, but pre-market, it corrected to 67. And yeah, right here, volume is sitting here at 12.3 million. Market cap is at 98.12 billion. I just really wanted to show you how it's rebounding at the moment, and how, again, how we talked about gold is turning back to be a safe haven asset. Again, if you're on the stream and you're looking at gold or silver and you think of it as a safe haven asset, let me know. Or if you don't think it's a safe haven asset, also let me know as well. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. Another one, Freeport, and another one we can do is Newmont, I think it is. Newmont. Yeah, Newmont. Okay. Newmont's another big one. And let's look at them. Again, if you're into gold, this is for you. Newmont, example here. Exploration, acquisition of gold and copper and silver through Canada, Mexico, Suriname, Argentina, Peru. Here we go, right here. It went from all the way down here at 27, oversold, up here to 58, 59 on the RSI. And if you're looking right here, the MACD shows the same thing. Right here, I went from, on the price chart, 95 all the way up here to 121. It has, right now it's at 119 and it's corrected to 117. But yeah, that's a nice little rebound right there on precious metals. Yes, yeah, very good. GK Trades, we actually discussed that earlier in the stream. I actually, like, my personal thoughts, yeah, it's getting back to the safe haven that it used to be. That's also part of the rebound that you see as well. Because, for example, a lot of people had to take, had to sell off because they had to cover their losses because of the energy that went up. But now that's, for example, you can see it stabilizing, coming back down. Now gold is becoming more, again, of a safe haven. It's not that people were dumping gold, it's just that they needed to cover some of their losses in other areas. But again, I'd love to talk to you more about that. I enjoy gold, I enjoy silver too. Send me a message and we'll talk more, okay? But yeah, it's I think it's shifting back towards what you just said, and that's also, you know, showing up in the price. As oil goes down, again, oil is also petrodollar. As oil goes down, the dollar goes down. And so because gold and silver are priced in dollars, that's also one of the reasons why they work inversely. Gold goes up as the dollar and oil go down. But there's more to it than that, obviously, but that's part of it. And yeah, when energy costs so much, you have to find ways to you know, recoup those losses, and you do that by selling off some of the gold. But at the same time, you didn't sell it off because you didn't like it or think it was an asset. You just sold it off because you had to find, you know, some way to make up. Yeah, but feel free to talk more about that. Okay, there's Newmont, and also another one. There's a Pan American. I'm curious what this one's doing. Pan American Silver, right here. Yeah, Pan American Silver. This is another one. It's also rebounding. It went from 45 up to 58. It's actually pre-market 57 at the moment. And you can see the same thing right here in the RSI. From 30 oversold, now it's at 55 right there. I will make it the world's largest. Yeah. Here we go. Volume is at 3.85 million. Market cap is at 24.5 billion. And let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, another one I can give you on this one is Let's see, Phil Collins. Love that name. Good. Stick with big oil. We just did some of the oil tickers just a few minutes ago. I hope you were there for them. We did Exxon, we did Chevron, we did ConocoPhillips, just to name a few. If you have an oil ticker that you want me to look up, let me know. Drop it in the comments. Yeah. And here we go. What's in the Hecla right here? Let's do Hecla. This is another one. Bum, bum, bum. Hecla is different though. Hecla is not rebounding much. And okay, yeah, they're pretty stable at the moment. Let's go back over here. Another headline I was going to give you. We talked about Amazon. We talked about Uber. Here's another one. ASML just lifted their 2026 forecast as, again, we're switching back to the tech sector again, as surging AI chip demand boosts new orders, okay? If you don't know who ASML is, they are the ones that make the lithography machines for the chips. Let me look that up for you right here. ASML. Yeah, if you don't know who ASML is, of the advanced semiconductor equipment systems, yeah, they include the lithography machines, and they make some of the most advanced machines out there. That's why they're pretty important. Let me the world's largest supplier of chip making tools on Wednesday reported stronger than expected first quarter earnings and lifted its 2026 revenue outlook. AI boost demand for its equipment. The stronger forecast reinforces ASML's position as a sole provider of the EUV lithography tools needed to print. They need these machines for the cutting edge AI chips for firms like Nvidia. Yeah, that's why it's so important, okay? Even as it points to potential bottlenecks as demand for computing capacity in data centers rise. Yeah. Vanilla, Danila 00. I like your name, Vanilla Danila. But yeah, these glasses, they're not for show. They're not sunglasses. These are actually practical glasses. They block the blue light. You see the amber colored lenses. When you're in front of computers or phones for a long time, the blue light will actually sometimes makes your eyes hurt, gives you headaches. And these block that light, and so they calm you down. To use, let's see, top node. Hey, very good question. I like that. Again, send me a message and I will respond to you directly with that information. But it's a good question. Thank you, top node. And Vanilla Danila, thank you for appreciating the glasses. They actually do. I know they look like a gimmick, right? But they do help a lot. And the more, let's see, for example, like the less amber will have less blue light blockage. The more amber has more blue light blockage, something like that. But you'll feel the difference, yeah. But yeah, top node. You can find my my information there in the comments or on my YouTube profile, and just send me a message, okay? There's that. And all right, again, talking about ASML, it's the Dutch company, and investors say they view ASML as a picks and shovels play on AI as it supplies key equipment to chip makers like Taiwan Semiconductor, TSM, which in turn produces processors for Nvidia and Apple. Again, all these companies are all together. Without one of them, do it. So without TSM, there's no Nvidia. Without ASML, there's no Nvidia or Apple. So they're all together. They all play a key role. Okay. Let's take a look here. ASML at the moment. Again, they make these super advanced machines for the super advanced AI chips. Right here, as you can see, bang. They are rebounding at the moment. They went from 1,253 all the way up to 1,518 pre-market. They're at 1,493. Small correction during pre-market, but yeah, look at the RSI right there, and the same thing with the MACD right there. And at the moment, volume is at 1.7 million. Market cap is at 578 billion. Yeah, and all right, let me give you a couple of these real fast. If you are curious, some of you may or may not be, Here we go. Let me pull out a couple of these. If you're curious about chart patterns, here's one for you. I'll pull this out. Here's your double bottom neckline that pushes that up. And then again, if you go over here, right about here we go. Adjust this, zoom this out. You'll see more patterns appear. Here's what we call a reverse head. Here's your left shoulder. Here's your right shoulder. Here's your neckline. Bang! It jumps out like that. Very good. And that pushes the chart pattern up. And there's also the reverse. There's the head and shoulders, reverse head and shoulders. I don't make the names. That's just the name of the. That's just how it is. But yeah. How do you leave in the coming? Effect. Yes, vanilla Danilo. I like that question too. You put some good thought into that. Again, that's not just a 1 second question. Let me send me a message and I will get back to you that with some good information after the stream. Okay, that's not just a quick answer, but very good question. All right. There's ASML, and then let's go on right here. We were going to talk about. I was going to show you TSM at the same time. Taiwan Semiconductor right here. Okay, let me adjust this because Taiwan Semiconductor is important for everybody. And they're also having a very good quarter as well. Right now, volume's at 12.86 million, market cap's at 1.69 trillion. And if you look here at their chart pattern, let me adjust this for you so you can see this better. Right here, look at this right here. They're also rebounding, going like this. It was at it was at 315, and then they jumped up all the way to 379, and also right now in pre-market they're at 382. Okay, yeah, and also look at the RSI. It went from 36 to 66. Okay, so again, that's TSM. So everybody's rebounding right now in the tech sector. Another one that I can, let's see, right here, we talked about ASML, and also here we talked about, talked a little about Nvidia already. I gave you some analysis about that. They have a new AI model sparking a rally in quantum computing stocks right here. Nvidia's new ISING AI model, which launched late Tuesday, has renewed expectations that AI can improve quantum computing and make it scalable and more useful. Okay, there's a little bit about AI. The global quantum computing market is projected to jump to more than 11 billion by 2030. It went from 1.7 billion in 2024. It's projected to be 11 billion by 2030. There's a little bit about that. Also, another one here, Nvidia. If you're, I've had many questions about that. It's on a 10-day now winning streak, and up over 18% over that stretch. Nvidia is seeing its longest winning streak since 2023, up 18% over 10 days. Yeah, and on Monday, Nvidia denied the rumors that it's trying to acquire a large PC company like Dell or HP. Okay, and shares climbed 3.8% on Tuesday, but are trading about 8% lower than October's all-time high of 212. And another quick update about that. The steady climb in the chips giants stock comes amid explosive AI demand as giants like Meta, Amazon, Google, and Microsoft snap up Nvidia's silicon. Yeah, there's Nvidia. Let's see. And here's another one. For example, an update here from Meta, for those of you curious about Meta, commits to 1 gigawatt of custom chips with Broadcom. Let me give you a quick update about Meta and Broadcom right now. Broadcom. Here we go. Yeah, looking at Broadcom. Broadcom is also another one that's really rebounding at the moment, sitting here, 292, and right here at 380. Pre-market, 380 in pre-market. Broadcom is all the way at 391. Okay, again, I will repeat that. Broadcom, right now it's at 380, but pre-market it's at 391. Look at this RSI, holy moly. It went from, dang, 33 all the way up to, yeah, 73 right now. Look at the MACD as well. Yeah, Broadcom rose 3.2% pre-market after Meta extended its custom chip deal, signaling ongoing AI chip orders. Volume is at 24.4 million, and market cap is at 1.8 trillion. Yes, so there's that. And since I talked about Broadcom, let's talk about a little update about Meta as well. Done. Here's Meta. Okay, here we go, right here. Okay. Look at this. RSI went from super oversold at 22 on up to 65 on the RSI. And right here, looking at Meta, they rebounded. They were at 521 and they rebounded all the way up to 662 pre-market. Now they're at 664. Right here, MACD is also reflecting that. Yeah, Meta unveiled Muse Spark AI for complex reasoning and plans integration across Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Volume at the moment, you can see all the volume action right there. Trade volume 17.8 million and market cap is at 1.6 trillion. There's that. And yeah, any questions on that, feel free to reach out. Again, Vanilla Danilla, I love the name. Again, I'll get back to you about that after this stream. I'm almost done with the stream. Send me a message and I'll get back to you right after that, okay? There's Meta. What's the other one I was going to talk about? Meta, Broadcom. And then, oh yeah, just a quick headline. If anyone's interested in what Musk is up to, he's always in the news. The NAACP is suing Elon Musk XAI over Memphis data center air pollution. Oh, this ought to be interesting. Yeah. So the NAACP sued Elon Musk XAI, alleging Clean Air Act violations from the company's use of natural gas burning turbines to power its data centers. Yes. Gas burning turbines to power data centers. Yeah. XAI is building its data infrastructure primarily around Memphis as it races to compete in the booming AI market against OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google. The company's Colossus 1 and 2 data centers in Memphis and power plants in South Haven, Mississippi have faced protests for more than a year. Yeah, so they're accusing XAI of violating the Clean Air Act with its use of natural burning turbines, etc. Oh yeah, if I have had some questions also about Tesla lately. Let me look up that one for you quickly before we finish here. Tesla, for those of you into Tesla that asked earlier, again, right now, Tesla is still rebounding. They touched down there at 338. Now they're up to, let me pull this out for you. Yeah. Right now they're at 364, and again pre-market they're still rebounding. At pre-market they're 366. Okay, that's Tesla, and again their RSI is pretty much in the neutral range at 44 right there. And yeah, UBS upgraded Tesla to neutral from sell, keeping a $352 target right there. Volume wise, it's at 59.98 million. Market cap is at 137 trillion right there. Yeah, that's a little bit about Tesla. And again, now let's see. Before I finish up here, just a little bit of update. Yeah. Again, you can reach out to my assistant and get the contact details located at the bottom of the screen. Enter today's passcode APR15PRE and you'll receive a copy of the April 15th US stock sector capital flow chart, allowing you to clearly discern whether major players are exiting the market or simply rebalancing their portfolios. And also, second, make sure to hit on the notifications button, the bell icon. I'll be going live at 10 a.m. sharp to provide real-time intraday analysis, offering immediate insights into the genuine market signals emerging right after the opening bell. Okay. Also, Hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the comments. Also, if you have a question, again, a lot of you had questions specific to your situation and your own personal goals. Feel free to send me a message and I will get to those after the stream. Having said that, we'll be back on later on to go through more information.